Blose, the module lecturer for PFC103S, which is a technology education, economic literacy, and entrepreneurship. So my lesson presentation will focus on 3 parts. The first part, it will be the introduction to the module. Again, I'll be presenting on an overview of assignments for the modules, and also I'll be presenting on a selected study units, of which is study unit 1 and study unit 2. Then for part 2, I'll be outlining the assessments for the module. Part 3 will be based on examination and also outlining what is it that can be prepared on examination. So as I indicated that I'll be starting with part 1, of which will be introduction of the module. So a PFC103S is offered a blended module, which means that we use a combination of a printed and online materials to engage with you. This module forms part of the curriculum and assessment policy statement known as the CAPS. The course content is divided into 2 different sections for this module. Section A, it's about technology education, coded the guide, FDE TE1A. And section B is economic literacy and entrepreneurship. Is coded, which is the guide, PST311L. Then, what is the purpose of this module? The purpose of the module is to gain insight into, as I indicated above, that the module is divided into 2 different sections. So you'll gain insight into technology education, basically will be the technological process, focusing on resources used in the technological process, skills that must be developed, and also technology in practice. Then again, you gain insight into economic literacy and entrepreneurship. Basically, it's on the basic economic literacy. It's on the factors underlying entrepreneurial successes or failure. It's also about the teacher's role in entrepreneurship activities and their facilitation, of which you also learn how technology and economic literacy and entrepreneurship are they related. Overview of assessments. This module has 3 composite assignments, of which information on when and where to submit your assignments is available on my UNISA site for this module. Then due date again for assignments will be available on my UNISA site for the module. To gain admission to the examination, you'll be required to submit the 3 composite assignments. Your assignments will comprise of a combination of MCQ and essay type questions, of which assignment 1 is an MCQ assignment, and it's done on my UNISA. Then assignment 2 is a written, focusing on technology education. Therefore, you will need to consult the study guide FDE TE1A. Then assignment 3 is written, focusing on economic literacy and entrepreneurship, of which you need to consult the study guide PST311L. So you are advised to consult textbooks and also the CAPS technology, the CAPS document technology, grades 7 to 9. So again, with regards to assessments, there are no practical work or work integrated for this module. So that's the overview of assessment for the module. Study Unit 1, as I indicated that I'll be presenting on selected units. So I'll be presenting in Study Unit 1 and also Study Unit 2. So what is it that you need to understand under Study Unit 1? Firstly, you need to understand the different technological concept in this module, of which the concepts are educational technology, technology and technology education. But what is important is to understand the difference between this concept based on their application in the society, as they vary from one technology to the next. But what is most important is that the focus is on technology and technology education. So it's much important that we understand the difference between technology and technology education. So with the concept educational technology, basically it's about the resources that one can use or the tools that one can use in order to enhance a learning in the classroom. So the focus it's not much on the resources to be used in a classroom, but the focus is on the application of technology and technology education. As I indicated that the focus is much on technology and technology education. So we need to understand the difference between these two concepts. So in understanding that, we need to know their definitions. But if you look, there are many definitions of technology and technology education that can be found in the literature. So the selected ones from the literature, like the first one for a technology, of which is adapted from the CAPS document. It simply focuses on the use of knowledge, skills, values, and resources to meet people's needs in one. So it means that if you are defining the concept technology, you need also to consider the use of knowledge, the skills, the values, and also the resources. But basically, it's about solving practical problems. As you are solving that problems, you need to consider the social and environmental factors. Then the second one, which is technology education, the concern it's about technological knowledge and skills, as well as the technological processes. As I indicated that on the first one, you use the knowledge, the skills and values and resources to solve a practical, to solve a technological problem. So as you are solving that technological problem, you need to apply the technological process, or you need to follow technological processes. So you see how these concepts are linked, the technology and technology education. So you need to understand the differences and how they are linked as they apply in technology. Then in understanding the two concepts, like we said, as you solve the practical problems, or as you solve the technological problems, you need to take into considerate the society and the environment. Then a question may come, what is the role of technology in a society? So looking at the concept, you can see that it has a value in our society. So what is its role in our society? Firstly, if you check the concept, it's technology, it's part of our cultural system, meaning the products, the processes, and also the systems that are used and applied. If you can check those products, they are applied in a particular society, meaning they reflect a certain values of a particular society, or they reflect a certain norms. So you see that a technology is important because it's part of our cultural system. For an example, we can look at the works of Dr. Esther Mahlangu. You can see that there is a reflection of a technology on her work. So that's why we say a technology is so important. It has a role in our society because whatever products that are developed, whatever systems that are developed, they reflect on our cultural systems. You can check the work of Dr. Esther Mahlangu. It reflects on the culture of what of Ndebeles. In order to come up with those designs, there are norms and values of the Ndebeles that are presented in those graphics. Then again, technology, it's so important because it has the culture, it has values, it has beliefs in the designed products. Then again, technology reflects the human-made world, products, processes, and also what the systems that we see, they reflect the human-made world in their production or the system. They have that human-made aspects on them. Then technology enhances living conditions. If you can check where we are living now, if you can check the products, if you can check the systems, they are so beneficial in such a way that it reflects or it enhances the living conditions. So despite the role that technology has in the society, there are also myths that surrounds technology and technology education. There are so many. So students need to understand the origin of the myths and also how, if maybe we talk of this particular myth, what is it that can be done in order to overcome those myths that surrounds a technology, because there are so many. So we need to firstly identify or know the origin of those myths so that we can come up with strategies that can be used in order to overcome those myths. So I have just highlighted on some of the myths that are associated with technology in different contexts. So the first one, there are many myths about a technology, of which the origin of the myths can be ignorance. People ignoring what exactly technology is about. So if they are ignoring, if they don't have enough information, then that will lead to generated myths with what? With the subject technology. Then again, lack of understanding, it can lead to a myth. And again, if they don't have that understanding of what is technology exactly, then they might be conclusions, like haste conclusions that may be made based on that understanding, of which that will lead to distortion of what? Of the truth. Like for an example, simply saying that technology is applied science, of which one with an understanding of what is technology cannot draw conclusion of saying that technology is a simply applied science, of which that the distortion of a truth leads to a conclusions which are not true reflection of what is a technology. Then again, machinery. Some, they tend to believe that technology is about a machinery, of which technology is much broader than just a machinery. Then again, computers. If you talk of technology, people, they just think of a computers, of which technology embraces a lot more than computers. So these are some of the myths that we are having, that they are surrounding technology and technology education. So with an understanding of the different myths, one can come up with strategies that can be used in order to do what? In order to overcome the myths surrounding the subject. Then again, you need to understand the nature of the subject, the nature of a technology education in solving, as I spoke about the myths that surround a technology. We can also say understanding the nature, then we can be able to overcome the myths identified above. Like the subject, technology, it seeks to develop in learners the ability to solve technological problems by following the technological process or processes, like using the investigation, design, developing, evaluating, as well as communicating. So simply the subjects enables learners to solve technological problems following the technological process. Then again, the subject seeks to develop in learners to the ability to apply technological knowledge, skills, and values. And also, it seeks to develop in learners to be to have a critical understanding of the interrelationship between technology and society, technology, society, and also economy and the environment. Like I indicated above that, what is a technology? Like technology is the use of a knowledge, skills in order to solve the technological problems. So as you are solving that problem, what will be the impact to the society? The solution that you are coming with, what is the impact that will have in what in the society, and also the economic, is it going to be economic attractive? Then what will be the impact to the environment? Is it going to be environmental friendly? So they need to understand the interrelationship between this concept as they are solving the technological problems. So basically, that's it with the study unit 1. Then moving to study unit 2, we are looking at the technological process. As I highlighted in learning unit 1, that to say we understand the concept technology and technology education. And as we understand is that the concept technology, it gives an opportunity for learners to solve technological following the technological problems, to solve technological problems following the technological process. So that's how a unit 1 is linked to unit 2. Now we are going further to the technological process. How are we going to solve the technological problem following the technological process or technological steps? So one needs to understand that a technological process is non-linear, of which it doesn't mean that it's always a case where we need to move from step 1 to up until the last one. So it depends on the given problem. So there's no we are not following a certain we are not following a certain process in order to solve the problem. It's not always a case wherein you need to move from step 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you can be given a problem wherein you'll have to focus on the design, or you need to focus on the first one, the first steps, where the first step wherein you analyze the problem, the need and want. So it's not like we need to follow a certain pattern in order to solve the problem, but these are the steps or the technological steps that we need to follow if you are given a problem. So a technological process can be described as followed. We are having the analysis or analyze the problem, the need or want, design and develop alternative solutions, plan for realization of the optimum solution, make or manufacture a prototype of the optimum solution, evaluate and also present the information for report or marketing. So I have also included a diagram to show, as I indicated, that technological process it's not is non-linear. So again, as you can look at the diagram, you can see that evaluation is centered. So what does that mean? It means that evaluation it can happen at any stage of the technological process or the design process. It's not always a case wherein you need to evaluate after following all the processes. But with step number one, which is like, for instance, in the diagram, we are having a problem. You can identify a problem, then you do the evaluation. Then moving to step number two, investigate. You do the investigation, then you evaluate after. Then you move to design. You design, you evaluate, you make, you evaluate, you communicate, you evaluate. So evaluation is at the center of the design process, meaning that it can happen at any stage. Then I'll still with the explanation or understanding of what is technological process, of which it's defined as the above, but presented differently, but is one and the same thing, which is adopted from the curriculum 2005. So this one follows as like this. Problems, needs, wants are identified and explained. A range of possible and relevant solutions is considered and informed. A choice is made. A design is developed. So solutions are realized according to the design. The realized solution is evaluated. The process is recorded and communicated. It's the same as the above, if you can check. Then with step number one, as identified above, analyze the problem, need or want. Basically, it's about writing a design brief. So before you follow all the processes of the technological steps, you need to analyze the problem. You need to analyze the need. What is the need? What is the want? What is the problem? You analyze the problem. Then after, you can write a design brief. Basically, what is it that you will do after analyzing or after identifying the problem? So more information on this is on a section 2.3 on your study guide. So this step, it has the following. Firstly, you need to investigate the situation within the problem or the need or want exists. Then identify and clarify the actual problem, need or want. You gather information about the problem. What is the problem? You analyze the problem, the need or want. Then you write a brief stating the problem, the need or the want, defining the parameters or the constraints which may influence decisions upon possible solutions. So as you are writing your brief, you need to include all those. You need to state the problem. You need to define what are the constraints when it comes to the decisions about the possible solutions. What is it that may affect the decisions about the possible solutions? Then after the analyze you move to the second one, which is design and develop alternative solutions. You have analyzed the problem, you have identified the problem. Then now you start up with the design. What is it that must be done in order to solve the identify a problem? So here you simply have to come up with solutions to the problem in a form of drawings. You develop solutions in a form of drawings. Like for instance, you may be solving a problem about a certain community having a problem to cross over the river, especially in rainy seasons. So you have identified the problem. Then now you need to come up with the solutions. What is it that you will do in order to assist that community? That's wherein you come up with drawings of a different bridges that you'll be designing in order to solve the problem. So, number one, as you are trying to come up with the solutions, different solutions to the problem, you need to at least generate 3 different alternatives or ideas with regards to the identify a problem. So as I indicated, that you need to present the ideas in a form of drawings. So you need to come up with the different ideas. At least you must have 3 ideas, and they must be drawn freehand. So a freehand drawing means that you just have a rough sketches of your ideas. You put it rough drawings. So your freehand, again, they must have you must label the materials that you are going to use, but they are rough sketches. There must be 3 of those ideas or alternatives. Then after having your rough sketches or the freehand sketches, then now you need to talk about the advantages and also the disadvantages of each ideas or alternatives. Idea number 1, what is the advantage? What are the disadvantages? And so on. Idea 2 and 3. You outline the advantages and disadvantages. Then after looking at the advantages and disadvantages and also the alternative drawings, which one serves as the best idea? Then you choose the best that you think will be the one that will assist in solving the current problem. So you choose the best according to the drawings and also according to the advantages and the disadvantages. Then after that, you justify your choice. Why are you choosing this one? Then you need to say, you need to give the reason for choosing the best idea. And also you need to refine the chosen idea or the alternative.